What's up, guys? So it's been a while since Britt and I have been together. We're back in the streets, man. Retail is interesting. It's evolving. It's always evolving. We got some new additions to the team. I'm excited. I know you guys are excited. Why don't you come on through, my man?
What's up?
There we go. So this is the first content really that Kyle and I are creating together, and I've been so impressed with everybody like just hyping up the fact that you joined Sabre.
Yeah.
You know, this man's killing the social, the video, all that fun stuff that we do so well at Sabre. It was just an obvious move.
Meant to be.
Meant to be,
sure.
Man. So, Kyle, why don't you tell us what you've been doing in quarantine? This all started like at the beginning of quarantine.
It started, yeah, at the Sabre office. I think we even touched elbows over there. You know, like everyone else, just trying to figure it out day by day and kind of like documenting the process and trying to stay relevant, trying to stay in front of everybody's face.
The immediate like bond that we were able to form, it's great. Like I feel like we spend so much more time together than we do and have known each other so much longer than we have.
Yeah, I agree.
Just because we're kind of wired the same way. We're in Manhasset, New York, at the Americana. So a lot of people don't realize that this is actually 3 different properties contiguous, owned by 3 different companies that have the same mentality and mindset about what the Miracle Mile is and what the Gold Coast North Shore of Nassau County on Long Island is. And that's obviously the retail components of these properties are changing quite a bit. We're standing in front of the Apple store right now, and as you can see, there's a line of people outside. But what's interesting, Kyle, is like, I don't know exactly how stores' volumes are, based on where they would typically be kind of pre-COVID. You see the line and you're like, oh shit, they're back. It must be like, they're open for business and they must be doing okay. There's a line. The reality is those people are online to get their temperature taken and they can't go straight into the store, so it has to impact the sales. But we're gonna walk around and talk about these properties. Just have a good time, because that's what we do here at Sabre.
Yeah, we're out. We're out. All right, so we're here, I guess, basically this is like the Miracle Mile here. I would compare it to a Greenwich Avenue in my neck of the woods. It's gonna be interesting to see how brands like Hermes, Prada, Gucci is somewhere around here, how they're gonna fare in this. Are they gonna be somewhat recession-proof? Are they gonna adapt their model somehow? Pulling into the center here for the first time today, I noticed lines at some of these stores, so that makes me believe that they're gonna be okay, and they're smart companies, right? They've been around a long time, they're probably gonna figure it out, but for sure, something to keep an eye on as we move through this to see how these guys fare.
We're standing in front of Toku Modern Asian, which is one of the Pole Brothers restaurants here in the Americana. They control all of the food. There is permanent outdoor seating here because of the fact that it's a high-end environment. They want the outdoor kind of rodeo drive, dining al fresco. So you can see behind us, they actually expanded the outdoor seating, which is pretty customary today.
It looks like they've got some participation from the landlord to actually bump out some of this parking, which I know on Long Island is in any market, any town around here is concerned. So I like to see that the landlord is agreeable to what they're doing. And I mean, my first time here, but it looks like they've kind of adapted their staff to be outside. They're all masked up, they've got gloves, and tables are 6 feet apart and people are eating. So that's a positive to me. I love to see that.
So I'm standing in front of Mall Properties Center here, and you can see that there's a vacancy behind me. It was vacant pre-COVID, adjacent to Lululemon, so they're actually shuffling the deck here a little bit. It'll be interesting to see what happens now that the retail landscape has clearly changed, and the rents here are definitely high, some of the highest rents on Long Island. But there's a lower level to this space too, and there's a lot of opportunity. We were talking about doing some service, potentially some fitness on the lower level, because typically in these high-end markets, it's very tough to get the deals to pencil. Fitness can only pay a certain amount of rent in order for their performer to work. And as we know now, we're learning that based on the restrictions and having to operate at a reduced capacity, they could pay even less rent because there's still no sign of when fitness will be able to open. It was initially in phase 4. for New York, and then Cuomo pulled it out completely, so it's an absolute unknown. But this entire strip, I think, will continue to evolve now that retail is just in a different place. So it'll be interesting to follow along on what happens here, and I'm sure we'll have some involvement in the deals, the future deals in these spaces here.